Good morning, ladies and gents. Hope we're all doing well. It's been another good couple of days, good couple of training days. We obviously saw my leg and pull session last week, so today is push. The way my rotation goes at the moment is I do legs, push, pull, rest. Legs, push, pull, rest. I've been doing that for maybe the last 3 years. Seems to work pretty well for me. It's a good amount of recovery for me. It's nice having that rest day before legs, especially if, for example, I finish on back and then I go and do RDLs on the next leg session. I want that rest day in between, really. So that's been going well. And today, what have we got on the program today? We've got incline press, 170, and want to get for 9. I'm just looking at my program here. So this is how I work all my programs, same as I do with my online clients, is obviously my off season. I will write in my numbers, and then obviously as the weeks go on, I continue to progress those numbers, whether it's adding a weight or adding some reps. It is a pretty simple way of doing things, but it works, and it's pretty much guaranteed to work, because you're telling your body that the stimulus that you're giving it is increasing, so your body has no reason not to adapt to that stimulus increasing. So you eat enough food and you train like that, your body has to grow. You're telling your body that the stimulus is increasing, so your body has to respond to that stimulus. There's obviously certain things that we can do whilst we're going through that training cycle to continue the progress and not plateau on certain things, but that's a little bit more technical. So yeah, 60 kilo dips today. We want about 11 reps, 11 plus. I might actually go up to 65 and drop the reps down. We'll see how I feel, see how the session goes at the beginning. But yeah, that's the plan. Hello, how are we all doing? There's a little voiceover. I thought I'd voice over this one. I've got Christmas music going on in the background, so I do apologise if that cuts in and I get copyright claim for it. But hey, we do what we can do. This is 170 on the incline press machine. I was quite happy with this, actually. 85 aside, definitely not the easiest machine, but definitely a machine which feels quite comfortable for me, so one which I'm going to be keeping in for a few rotations. In this current rotation, I'm doing two variations of this machine: the highest point of the incline and then the lowest point of the incline. Because it's such a nice machine, kind of want to get the most out of it, so we go for a high and a low incline on 2 different separate days. Then we've got the weighted dips. So I ended up actually going for 65 kilos plus my body weight. Current body weight is 88.1 this morning, so starting to creep back up. Very slow process. My food is not the easiest thing at the moment. Rather a struggle, to be honest. The easier thing for me is being able to train hard. Eating is definitely struggle. But anyway, here we go. This is the dips. Tempo's not too bad. Like I could have slowed down the negative a little bit more, I think. But pretty happy with how that set went overall. You'll start to see more and more signs of failure. There you go. Getting the closer and closer I get to failure, the more my lower body kind of engages. So you'll notice at the beginning my glutes weren't really engaged, and then towards the end my glutes they tense up a little bit. But that's kind of just a way of being able to get rid of those sort of power leaks. But here we are, a cuffed cable fly. My preferred fly variation at the moment. I've tried pec deck flies and they're okay, you know, they're not too bad. Dumbbell flies again is okay, but the resistance profile of a dumbbell, obviously you get to the top and there's not really any weight going through your pecs anymore. You can contract your pecs to kind of hold them above you, but the range of movement and time under tension on a cuffed cable is far superior to a dumbbell, in my opinion, which makes it a superior exercise in some ways. But everything in the gym has its own sort of, what's the word, it has its own reason for being there. Dumbbells are very helpful, especially like a dumbbell fly can be good for building up some more strength. You can overload it a little bit more than like a cuffed. Obviously getting into a cuffed position with heavier weight can be more difficult. Here we are finishing off with triceps. I didn't actually record every workout, every exercise in this workout, but triceps with a cuffed. Again, you'll see a couple of manipulations here I've done is the incline bench and then the position of my elbows towards the cables. I'm trying to keep my arms in line with my shoulder as much as possible so that my tricep is able to get as better engagement as possible. If you're out of alignment, you won't get so much of a contraction. It's not going to make or break the fact that you're able to build a tricep, but it's certainly a lot safer for your elbows, for your shoulders, if you're having it in alignment. I ended up doing this as a drop set, which is what I'm up to at the moment. On a drop set, on an isolation, especially this type of isolation, it is quite difficult to get lots more reps without a bit of momentum. So you'll notice that I start to push a little bit and move a little bit with the movement. You do have to reset a little bit because sometimes you're having to hold your traps down to keep your shoulders down. So sometimes you do have to reset, but not getting loads of reps out there, just kind of finishing off the triceps a little bit. And then going into a did I do a double drop set on this? If I did, I did. Oh well, I didn't remember doing that. This is actually like a couple of days after this workout, so when I'm recording this voiceover. But yeah, great exercise, one which I would suggest if you are trying to build up some girthy triceps. The foot twitch, something which I don't really consciously do, but I notice it a lot when I'm looking back on videos. Yeah. I tend to move around with my feet quite a lot when I'm pressing as well. This is that reset, kind of holding out of the tension and then going back into it. So a good way to finish off your triceps, very good way, and a safe way, which a lot of exercises that people do, like a skull crusher, really bad for your elbows, not very good for your wrists either. But yeah, each to their own. Anyway, that is it for the push workout. See you later. Okay, so I'm currently trying to eat another meal here whilst I'm editing. Calories at the moment are quite high, so food is a bit of a struggle, but I thought I do quite a bit of gym stuff on my YouTube channel, which is, is normal. Like, it is my business. It is a thing that I do quite a lot in my life. Christmas tree is up, by the way, but I thought, why not show you guys a little bit of something else, like a little bit of something other stuff that I do, which may surprise some of you, which is a little bit different. Not really many people like me. Well, I think everybody thinks that, don't they? But anyway, I'm fairly unique, I would say. Unique in my own way, but here we go. Anyway, so sometimes when I'm trying to chill out or relax in the evenings, I'll do a bit of drawing. This actually was down the beach, so I went down to the beach, sat there with my music in for a couple of hours doing that. So that's one of my things that I do in a sketchbook. This is just completely random, like from memory, oh, not memory, but from imagination. Little sketch there. It's a nice way to wind down, I find, in the evenings. And that's again another beach picture. And then this one, I don't know where this one's going yet. Drawing or doodling or sketching or whatever you want to call it, it's something which I found I kind of gravitated towards fairly naturally when I was a kid, but I don't know, just kind of stopped doing it for a bit. But then during lockdown, I obviously started painting a little bit more. I could show you guys my paints actually, but I won't yet. We'll save that for another episode, shall we? But yeah, I kind of got into being a little bit more creative and winding down in the evenings with something a little bit more productive than watching a film or going on your phone or something. Not necessarily productive, because It's not really productive, is it, drawing? But a little bit more exercises your own creativity in a way, which I think not enough people do. I think everybody has a bit of creativity in them. They just need to kind of find what they enjoy doing and what their creative kind of juices like to flow in. But yeah, so my piece of advice for anybody that's sort of looking to try something like this is just go for it. Like, you just need to start trying it. Whether it's you get some paints out and you have a canvas and you just go for it. It doesn't even have to be anything. Like, it can literally just be you putting colour on a canvas and seeing where it goes, or putting pen to paper and seeing where it goes. It is quite relaxing, and it is quite enjoyable. Put some music on, chill out, you know. Something which I would recommend to a lot of people doing, especially in the current climate when people are stressed and the rest of it. Going on your phone and scrolling through Instagram is not really a de-stress, is it? Like, lots of people get back from work, they'll sit down and they'll be quote-unquote relaxing whilst they're scrolling through their phone or watching a film. I can see, like, watching a film is relaxing, yes, but I wouldn't necessarily say sitting on my phone is relaxing, but maybe that's from my perspective as like a content producer rather than a consumer. I purposely try to keep my Instagram and my phone as least interesting, as less interesting as possible, if that makes sense. So my explore feed is primarily dogs. Like, I like dogs, but I'm not going to go scroll for hours and hours on Instagram on dogs. Not that I really have ever scrolled for hours and hours, but I can see, like, I notice those behaviours in myself, so I can see what I tend to kind of just waste time on. So for the longest time, I've always done stuff like that to stop myself from doing it. It's not necessarily discipline. It's just making sure that you're not tempting yourself. Like, for example, when you're on prep, don't look at loads of food porn. When you're on a diet, it's probably not a good idea to be watching Bake Off. But, you know, people do it because it's entertaining, but it's also not helpful. You got to look at things as being helpful for you, or not just entertaining, but helpful as well. Give yourself a chance. Like, if you're looking at food 24/7, you know, you're opening yourself up to temptation there. So yeah, set yourself up for not failure. Set yourself up for success. Anyway, I think I've spoken long enough. We will leave this video here. If you have any further questions or comments, obviously leave them down below. Don't forget to subscribe. If you've made it this far, you should probably subscribe, because you've put up with me for this long. You must enjoy the video somewhat. So like the video and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm not sure what the next one's going to be. Let me know what you want to see, and we will go into that. But take care. Much love.